for Brandy. Okay. General guidance. Yeah, we want the Earth Woman Tarot on this one for Brandy. We're going to see what's going on. I've got 2 of these, but we're going to take a look. There's a startled energy. It's like you start, false start energy is what I'm getting. It's start and then stop and start and then stop. I'm also getting the image of when you try and, this is old school, when you turn your engine over. Now we have push button start, but you used to turn the key and crank it, and it like does a ka-chug and then dies. This is something, a couple of false starts are coming in. This is what's coming up for you. Now let's see what's going on. I'm just going for a line of 7 here. Hopefully you can see that well. And I'm going to angle this so it can see well. There we go. We've got the High Priestess, the Tower, the Knight of Wands, the Page of Wands, the 8 of Cups, 3 of Wands, and Justice. There is something karmically trying to balance, and everything is turned on its head. No wonder your world feels upside down. You know I love the Tower. Love, love, love the Tower card. Because it's always the beautiful disaster, the plot twist. And I heard somebody the other day call it the Cosmic Wrecking Ball. And I love that. Now, Chad would tell us it's the plot twist. So it very much is the same thing. It's something you're building up going, crazy. High Priestess intuitively feels it. It's like why you're getting the false starts. Knight of Wands wants to charge forward, charge forward, charge forward. Page of Wands tells us to stay still a little bit more before we can see what's going on. Page of Wands says, dismount, my friend. Get off the horse. Don't go so fast. Don't go so rapid. There is something that you're longing for that you need to go towards, but this one's going on foot. Again, there's a needing to slow down to see what it is that you really want coming through quite strongly. And then here, this 3 of Wands, I love this. This is a beautiful rendition of this card. You guys know I love this. You know I call it the Santa Fe burger. It's because what you want, the universe is bringing you. Don't go charging off in the wrong direction. There's a couple false starts coming through in this energy pretty strongly. And then Justice here on the other side, bookending it. There's karmic balance coming. Now let's see what else is going on. There's a delay on this. A delay on whatever this is. The bolt out of the blue, the lightning bolt. There's a delay on this. It feels like delayed for you right now. It doesn't feel like delayed by divine timing, universal timing at all. It feels like very much there is right timing, but the assertions of energy and the way that you're trying to go about something needs reevaluated, looked at a little bit differently. That's what's coming through. Let's see what else is going on. Wow. Mo is, you guys know, sorry about that whiplash there. You guys know that Mo is one of my guides, and she'll sometimes come through. And with Mo, she's coming through and she's doing this arrow, and she's trying to emphasize the tower. She's not drawing the whole tower. She's drawing an arrow that goes down and then an arrow that goes up. So it's like flipped, 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 hangman. Tower, arrows, yeah. Something's coming down, flipped up again. Yeah, hangman. She's giving me this. So that's what Mo is giving me. There's a different perspective you need to look from. Yeah, she's nodding. She's nodding. It's going to take a little bit of doing. So that's what I've got on there. Okay, we're going to go back down. She's pleased that I got the message. She wanted to throw that in there fast. And you know she throws messages in on Post-its almost. And it's like, yeah. Okay. All right, she's also giving me the arrows again. She's showing me 1 red, 1 blue, and not 1 red, 1 green. So it's not about pacing. There's 1 red, 1 blue, and she's showing me again, and it's like a hot, cold energy, yes, but also she's giving me the word recycle, reuse. Recycle, reuse, and then also reclaim is coming through. I don't know what that's about. The Magician. This is something you're trying to be balancing, bringing forward strongly. Now, if you look at the Tower coming through here, all this lightning strike coming through, then all this energy coming through on the Magician card is pretty impressive energy. There's something in your skill set that you're good at doing that you need to use again. This is why I'm getting reuse. Wow, she's getting very insistent. Okay, we're going to go to Mo on this. She's like tapping this little Post-it. Tapping. Yeah, reuse, reclaim. There's something about a gift that you've underestimated that needs to be looked at again. Look at it again. Yeah, that's what she wants you to do. Okay, all right, going forward, the Magician, yeah. Okay, all right. She's showing me traditional Magician, and usually he has the stick. This one doesn't, but it's coming through here. The Claire knowing coming through. But she's showing me traditional Magician, and they usually have the Fool is carrying like a knapsack on a stick or on this really extended long stick, right? What's in the kit? What's in the bag? It's something that you're knowing. It's something you already know. You get that 100%? Yeah, it's already in there. Okay, let's see what else is going on. Okay, second line of 7. Let's look down at this and we'll see what's going on. All right, flip the video down, flip you guys down. What do we got here? All right. We've got the 5 of Cups and the 6. Now we have the 8 over here. You're leaving something behind. There's something that's sorrowful that you need to leave behind. There's something that was offered ineptly, is what I would say, that you grieve and you have sorrow about. And it feels like something that's maybe not quite wounding, but a little bit hurtful in a relationship, that you grieve, that it could have been a little bit differently. This is asking you to look at what's offered. And it's not that, how to say, it's not that you entirely misunderstood. What I'm getting is a person did the best that they were capable of doing. They were offering what they could as their best with better intention than what they were able to bring forward. But the intention was still there. There's an energy of friendship in this offering. Favorite rock for candy bar is usually the exchange quotient that I tell you, but still somebody's left with something that they can't eat, and somebody's left with something substantial that they can. Somebody is left with something that you have to carry, more like bag of rocks. Yes, okay. Bag of rocks. When you're carrying other people's baggage, sometimes it's the bag of rocks that you're carrying. They didn't mean to give you their bag of rocks is what I'm getting. They meant to give you something more substantial, and it was an equal trade at the time, and it works out okay, but don't let it get in your way. You don't have to paint it with rose-colored glasses, but you can acknowledge that there's a lesson in the gift. And even though it's a painful one, there's a lesson in the gift. 7 of Swords. Now it's your turn to prioritize what's important to you, to take it, to go forward, to help move that forward is hugely important for you. Really, really important for you. And this is Sneaky Pete the Thief. This is the one that usually packs all the swords away so that people can't go into battle. Your way of doing something, when you prioritize for yourself, it does protect others. Just be aware. It helps and assists others. Page of Swords coming through. What you've seen, what you've witnessed, what you know to be true. The things that you know that are important really do matter in a strong, strong way. The Magician energy coming through here. This is a sword of truth and clarity coming through, trying to come through equally strong. Now, I don't know if you notice what I've done here, but if you look right here, the Magician's here and the Tower is right here. I inadvertently traded those out. And maybe this wasn't such an accident. It's what I'm getting is, some people say there are no accidents. Some people say there's serendipity or happy accidents. But I slid the Magician into the place of the Tower. The sword of truth runs through both of these. Knowledge breaks through and pierces the crown here. And knowledge is necessary to create the magic here. You have this capability right here coming in really strong. Then we go over to here. Hopefully you can see it. We got the 10 of Wands. Look at how she carries this bundle. It's too much weight on the brain, too much, again, of the baggage of the old. It needs to be let go. You can set the bundle down is what I'm getting. Set the bundle down. The sword of truth comes through big, big, big. And the 10 of coins. You know, it's never fun to be the one that's in charge of doing the generational breakthrough. It's never fun to be the one that's in charge of the generational healing. But that's what you signed on for. This is something that you are able to do, capable of doing, and meant to do. And it doesn't make the burden less difficult. But it does let you know and remind you that you are more than adequately prepared to do this. Your inherent knowing of truth, your inherent alignment to truth. And when you see it, and whether you're the truth teller in the family, whether you're one that maybe has been scapegoated or just carrying old baggage of different generations that have piled up and accumulated, you're the one that's meant to break through, sort through, and create a better legacy. And think, how do you want to leave this? This is huge for you. Huge, absolutely damn huge. This is the legacy improves because you walk the path. That's what I've got. That's complete. That's gorgeous for you, honey. I hope that makes sense to you. It made a hell of a lot of sense. It feels on. That's what I can tell you about that. And I know these are public readings and all of that, and I try not to put too much that is personal in there. But it feels the personal baggage that you carry, it's time to set some of that down. And you're doing well, honey. That's what I've got. You're welcome. Thank you. I needed that badly. You are so, so welcome. No problem at all. Krista, a full and a pinch. Okay. Remind me about the pinch at the end. We're going to do the full first for Krista. Give me a second. I haven't found your deck yet. Strange. We are going to the Witch's Tarot. It's one of my favorite decks, and you guys have seen it a lot. That was gorgeous, Brandy. Yeah, it was, huh? We're going to go to the Witch's Tarot for you. I don't know what's going on in here, but this is what we've got. Okay. And Krista, do you have a specific question? If you do, let me know. Spiritual guidance. Okay. All right. This one's coming too. We're going to get the spiritual tarot out. This one was like pre-show. That one was getting warm in my hand, and I'm like, okay, all right. And I was using it in conjunction with the Make Your Own Magic deck. But this is the Witch's Tarot from Dugan. This is what I want to go to first. We're going to use this as one thing. This is the other, and then we can clarify with the spiritual tarot. So give me just a second. We've got two arcs coming together. It's like the front and back end of a tunnel. So I'm going to flip it down so you can see, and I can quit talking and start reading. All right. Two arcs coming together. It's like the front and back end of the tunnel. Okay. That feels like you right there, right there. Now let's see what's going on with this one. There is a sense of desolation going on right here, and this is coming through, and this is actually what you're waiting for: spring to come, spring to come, spring to come. But the desolation is a feeling that is pronounced. It's inaccurate, but it's still pronounced, very pronounced. Let's see what's going on. You on the other side. Yeah, it's pronounced. There's something that is exquisite pain, that is a bittersweet thing that you're going through, that you need to acknowledge and understand. This is something, when you're dealing with shadow, you do get exquisiteness of pain, because you do understand your accountability for some of the times that you've tolerated, put up with, or even, yes, enabled your own shadow to work on your own behalf. Sometimes, like say somebody's shadow was procrastination. That's an easy example. Say their example was procrastination. Very, very Seven of Cups type of energy going on. But say that this was their shadow. They know what they want to avoid. They know what they want to avoid. And sometimes they'll be in avoidance because they need to wait for the timing to be right. But all the time, they'll be dogged at, why aren't they doing it? Why aren't they doing it? Why aren't they taking action? They're waiting for the right moment. If that was the shadow that we were speaking of, you're waiting for the right moment. The shadow also brings a gift. This is something we need to be aware of. Our shadow isn't there just to make us doubt ourselves or be hard on ourselves, excessively hard on ourselves, or criticize ourselves. It's there to teach us a lesson. So what is the gift in the shadow is what you need to be looking at. Okay, I want these crowning the top, and I want 3 of these. Okay. Okay, got it. All right. So what we're seeing here, Okay, in this first end of the tunnel, this is when you're going through, and then it's dark in between, and then you'll see the light at the end on this other side. But here, this is lots of action activity, trying to not quite juggle. It's not quite juggle, but trying to line up, trying to get aligned, trying to line up is the challenge. When you have this 5 here, you've got 2 5s here that are really dogging you. You've got the 5 of coins, which is poverty, lack, not enough, feeling left out in the cold, really, really desolate energy. And then this argumentative energy, all this everybody else's agenda trying to take over energy. This is what's going on. The devil is crowning up here, the spiritual life of the devil. There's something that is BS, a lie, deceptive, that's coming in with these cards that's really not helping you. Your belief of your capacity sometimes gets yielded to others, and you think their capacity is better or their determination is better, and you are learning right now that you have enough discernment on your own to figure out what it is you must do, to hold to your own agenda, to not let the chaos around you or the arguing, the competition around you matter anymore. You're learning to dismiss this. When you need rest, you rest. The independent woman is here. She's taking her time. She's not just waiting around for nothing. She knows. She sends the bird out, evaluates in her own way, sees what's going on, and uses the time to her advantage. This is a card of recovery. This one, often we see them laying on the casket. In this one, it's shown as retreat, as in reclaim, restore, catch your breath. It's not wrong to do so. Leave behind what doesn't serve. Now we're getting asked to move into this chariot. Now we're getting asked to allow this taking your breath again, resting, pausing, getting your breath, to give you what you need, which is the focus you need spiritually before the momentum carries you forward. Here we've got the 2 of Swords, and this is what's coming in as the devil. This is what's coming in. These 2 come in as battling swords. These 2 come in. The 2 of Swords, it's not just being at the stalemate. It's sometimes when ego is battling either illusion or ideation sometimes. When your ego is battling the idea, when your ego is battling an illusion, it creates this stalemate. And sometimes you need that moment. You're catching your breath here. Don't sit forever in it. Use your emotional guidance system to let you move forward. It is here. The momentum is meant to be had. But at the beginning of the tunnel, it's like, yeah, you don't want to drive into it. You're ready to drive into it. You are ready. The gift is on the other side of it for sure. There is a talent that you carry that you don't know. The strength is within you to do whatever it is it needs done. Absolutely there. Follow the nudge. Follow the nudge. You can't see the end of the tunnel when you're first going in. You know it's there. You're going to have to activate some faith on this. And you come out very, very resilient. You're heading towards this space where you're proving something to yourself. A lesson to yourself is being proven, and you come out very resilient. You are the driver of this chariot. I think you forget you're the one driving the car. Now, in real life, it's really hard to forget you're the one driving the car. Maybe you would prefer to passenger sometimes, right? Maybe you would prefer that you're just going to sit on this side and you don't want to drive. But you forget you are the one driving the car for your life. You are the one in charge of the destination points and the waypoints. Angels, guides, ancestors, they'll get you to the big ones, kind of like the bumper rails on a bowling alley lane. Yeah, they'll get you to the spots. You'll get there, but your choice is not overridden. Your choice is important in getting you aligned. It's so you know and learn to trust yourself a little bit more. Let's go the other side of the tunnel, okay? All right. So here we go here. We're going to scooch this pile to the side a little bit and scooch this pile over so you can see it, hopefully, a little more clearly. I hope that's working. Okay. All right. Oh, look. Look. No kidding. Look, we've got doubles on the strength card, absolutely going into it, and doubles on the Two of Swords. So at the beginning of the tunnel, you have the Two of Swords, and coming out this way, it is something that's exquisitely pain, a sharp pain. You're going to have to let go a little bit of the ego. You're going to have to drop the one sword that is false, the ego, or who you were constructed to be. The story you've been told about who you are has a little bit of falseness in it that needs to be set down. It doesn't serve you to do that anymore. It doesn't serve you to play Robin when you're supposed to be Batman. It doesn't serve you to play small when you know you're supposed to be playing larger. It doesn't serve you to put off something and think, when you know the timing has come up. You know, like the turkey timer at Thanksgiving and it pops out of the bird, or the old school, you dial at the timer and it bings really loud. I'm getting, yes, okay. Mo again, very active today. Mo's coming through and she's got this drawing of the old Hell's Bells alarm clocks, and they're like bing, 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 bing. Those ones? Yeah, those old Hell's Bells alarm clocks. The time is now. The time has come. So it wouldn't have done you any good to pull over in front of the tunnel. No, the time is to go through. There is a little bit of darkness. You can't see till the end. This part of it, you're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know you're in the mix when you're there. So let's see what's going on here. Okay, back down. Wow. Lots of swords, and I'm loving it for you. Now, swords, most people think, oh, that's the negative suit, but you forget. The swords have knowledge, wisdom, and truth in them. They are the sword of truth that comes through. The Ace of Wands, the new start here, and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, there's something that is divinely there for you right now. You've got the Five of Swords here. This is, okay, yeah. The Ten of Swords is like move on. You're already moving. The Five of Swords is surrender or defeat, right? This is don't add insult to injury here. Don't keep fighting a battle that isn't worth fighting. Don't keep fighting yourself, the ego and the illusion, the ego and the ideation. Don't keep wrestling yourself over this. It's time to yield. It's time to allow surrender to come through and go with this nudge. This is what it's time for. Now here we have the King of Swords up top. We have the King of Swords here. Very, very important. Wheel of Fortune is serving you up what? Oh, the most egoic king of all. The King of Wands. Great idea. Good thinking, but ego gets in the way. That's on both sides of the fate. So this is telling me, surrender some of this false ego and start exploring and planning. Now, this one will often come up as a marker of 3 months. This one doesn't feel so much as the 3 months as it does, okay, start making a strategy, a new plan. Strategize on your own behalf is something. The moon is here. You're not meant to have everything. There is a light here at the end of the tunnel, but it's not huge. It's not like you're going out into broad daylight. You might come through the tunnel and moonlight's at the other side. This is what it feels like is going on. Now here, we have the Seven of Cups. There's still going to be a little bit of illusion, still stuff to be sorted through. That's why you've got double kings here, and why you've got the Eight of Swords here. The double kings is the one that strategizes. The double kings is the one that's super, super wise. You have to prioritize what is important to you to bring it forward, to carry it forward. You've got to move beyond illusion. This keeps coming up like the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and I know it's the 8, and I'm seeing all of this. I want to pull one more card on this and see why. I want to ask and know, why is it coming up as this? Okay. Notice in this card, the 8 of Swords, she's not trapped. She's actually got both the swords in her hands. This 8 of Swords versus how we traditionally see. We traditionally see the 8 of Swords, and she's got to wriggle free and get both swords. She's got both swords in her hands. You've got the 2 here, the 2 here. But let's take a look. What else is the lesson here at the end of the tunnel? Because you want it spelled out. You want it sun card, but you're getting moon. You're being asked to tune into your intuition and your logic at the same time. And that's challenging. You need to break out a pen. Yeah. Yeah, it's the time to write. Mo is giving me that alarm clock, the ding, 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 and then a pen. And she's not giving me like a quill and a feather as in some kind of romantic idea. She's giving me like modern ballpoint pen. That's what she's showing me. Then she's taking the pen. Okay, she's got her own pen, and she's tapping the hell out of her little Post-it. Like, this is what's going on. Yeah, you should be doing some automatic writing. The High Priestess is coming through. This is strong for you. I don't know what's going on with this, but it might be the time for you to try automatic writing. Do it in the morning when you're fresh, if you can. The freshest time of day. It is, yeah. The Strength card is coming in saying follow the nudge. The automatic writing is something that helps you. It's not just brain dump. It's not 3-page write. All those are great. It's going ahead and writing and allowing what comes through to come through. There will be messages for you that come from a deeper space than you would have anticipated. And don't let your brain get in the way and think, oh, that's just me thinking the thought. Let it just flow. Let it flow, because you will get more. How does one do automatic writing? Good question. What you do is it's similar to a brain dump in that you're just going with the flow and you're not editing as you go. So your editor just needs to take the back seat. But you just break out the pen and you write. So give yourself a time. Yeah, she's giving me the clock again. Give yourself a 5-minute or a 10-minute interval. This isn't like forever and a day. You don't have to spell correctly. Just keep the flow going. That's your trouble. Your brain is getting in the way. Yeah, just go. Just go with the flow. And as you're writing, say that you're, say you're doing symbols that are like doodles. Sometimes we see the light language cards that I use. Whatever it is, just let it keep going. Let it keep going. Let it keep going. What it's going to do is, it's drawing forward truth out of a deeper place, out of a deeper well, out of cosmic, ancestral, all of this behind, out of all of that behind, but also out of your deeper soul. So you're going to let it do. I'm getting 5 minutes. Do yourself a 5-minute favor. Anybody can think of doing a 5-minute favor. 10 minutes for you feels like 10 minutes is going to be too long. 5-minute favor. Just allow yourself to do a 5-minute favor. Just write down, and it doesn't have to be evaluating your dreams, nothing. Just whatever. Get your head nice and empty, clear, nothing in there. And then just write for 5 minutes, and then just set it aside. Don't even sweat it. Set it aside. You'll know. It's allowing the tumblers to open up. It's like the tumblers in a safe. You dial them in, and then the safe opens. That's what's happening. That's what's being asked for you to do. It will help you. Yeah. The King of Swords needs time to sort through things before he plans his strategy. He takes the time with things. This is knowledge that you already have. Brain empty, impossible? I know. It's a difficult ask. It's a big ask. But that's what I've got. Hey there, Tess. Hey. Thanks. But yeah, that's what's come through. This is what's going to help drive you forward. That's what's coming through. The strongest. The Strength, the Chariot, and then the Moon. This is going to let the subconscious be brought up. That's what I got for you, honey. That's amazing. Yeah, I think it's going to be fantastic for you, honestly. I think it's going to be really, really good. But that's what I got. So that's the answer to your question. And I bet you're going to get way more answers doing the automatic writing than you would expect. So, all right. The pinch. Thank you. The pinch. All right. Let's go for the pinch. That was great. Good. All right. The pinch. This is really tight. Like, I'm going to show you how it fell. You guys have seen me do pinches before, and it doesn't usually fall so tight. But it's pretty tight. Over here is a leaf, but all the rest is right here. So hopefully you can see it well enough. I'm going to scooch this over, even though there's quite a bit of distance. It's like there is huge going on. This is like something coming in, and this is like, even though it's distance back, it's giving me September back, September forward. It's giving me months. It's giving me months with this leaf. It's not spring when the leaves start shooting up. It's more like fall. There's timing on this. There's something that needs cut, and this is like scissors. Think also of all the swords that you got. Something needs cut. Something needs trimmed. Timing, timing, timing. There's a sense of dithering that needs to go. There's big reward when you get more clarity. Big reward. This is nice big carrot when you cut something away. It's giving me there's too many ways of thinking. It's giving me a reference like it's say you go for get your hair trimmed and they trim all the split ends. The dithering of the two ends, the splitting, it doesn't serve you. So you need to get more focused. This is something that is important for you. Take the time to do it. Then here, we've got the spider of wisdom coming down and a celebration coming in. This drink is not just a lift a glass, lift a glass. This is celebration. Somebody celebrating something. This is a rich reward that you get to celebrate. And the individuation coming through here. After a period of the moon comes the star. After a period of not knowing comes the hope in the dream and the clarity about the dream. Now you've got this in doubles. I don't know if you're seeing this yet, but here it is in the purple also. That's amazing. This is the same charm, but I've never gotten this duplicate before. You've got, after you individuate, then you're getting third eye opening up. This is what's going on. Whatever you do to create and individuate, this is huge. So if you're just going off of chakra colors, you'd go orange, yellow, purple, right? This is what's going on. And green. You've got a lot going on here. But this, deciding where you want to put your creative energy that serves you specifically is important. That's the wisdom. That's what the spider's trying to weave. Acting as a weaver is important. And then this is the third moon. Look, 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 look. The expression coming through here. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to, hang on. My goofy nails are bringing this all up so you can see. Hopefully. Look at this. And you had the moon over at the end of the tunnel. This is 3 of the moons. It's going to take a little while, but this is where you get the individuation. This is where the third eye is opening, and this is where expression is coming through. There is an expression that you're doing, and yes, in the writing, yes, in the work, yes, in the clarifying, yes, in the cutting clear, and yes, in the weaving. There's something going on. Now, weaving used to be a way of storytelling. Yes? Okay. What I'm getting, I don't know why I'm getting this, but this is what I'm getting. When people would weave a tapestry or a blanket or a picture into their weaving, it's their way of telling story. It's also their way of passing things down, passing the story down. I'm getting strongly blankets. Look to pictures in blankets. I don't know why. Now, if you see different patterns, even people did it in rugs, but I'm getting for you blankets. Look to pictures in blankets. There's stories in blankets, and I don't know what that's about, but that's what's coming through. And when you weave this story, when you pass down, it would be like you would be passing down a traditional blanket. People used to get like, in the land of quilting, they have the wedding ring quilt, and they have all kinds of things that are pictures in the quilts. But this feels like a weaving, a story weaving in blankets that's coming through for you to pay attention to. You're supposed to pay attention to this. I don't know when in this year you will encounter it, but you definitely will encounter it. It feels like we got September as a bookend on one side and September as a bookend on the other side. So those bookends, the September here and the September here, it's going to happen through there, but there's a span of the year. You're already halfway through the school year without even knowing it. That's what's coming up. Okay, now we're going to go back down here for a minute. The last one out is the horse. This is usually the messenger, and I'm getting young horse, like colt, like pony, young horse. What's going on with this? I want a card on this. We'll go to the Calendula Tarot. There needs to be a seasoning. There needs to be a time and a seasoning and a learning. Empress is here. There's something coming in September. The Empress comes up. She brings in the period of 9 months. 9 months from the start of the year is September. There's something coming in. There is something that is trying to be birthed, that is trying to come forward, and this is new, and there's going to be huge abundance. This September coming up is going to be really good. But you need to look back and see something that maybe you forgot last September. Don't know what it's about. Don't know what it is that you're trying to separate and cut free of, but there's a reward in there for you. I don't know how. I don't know why. I don't know what that's all about, but I do know that's what's coming through. That's what I've got. All right. Yep. That feels complete. Don't know, but okay. You love that tarot? Yeah, that's the Calandera tarot. Gorgeous. Like I saw this one and I saw the back of the box and I was like, yeah, I need 2 of those. Definitely need 2 of those. But that's what I got. That's gorgeous, gorgeous for you. So, okay, let me put the charms away. But that's the, yeah, that's the completion. You know enough. You know enough. Yeah. Yeah. This is happy stuff for you. I don't know why. Yeah, and I'm getting, whoa, Nelly, coming in. I don't know what that's about. And it's not my Nell. It's whoa, Nelly, the way people would express it. Hydrate and a commercial. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. And then Alexa for a minute. So there's the commercial. There we have the information. And let me get some water and hydrate. Just a minute. See what's going on. Okay. This is how you can pay me: Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. The @ Feisty Butterfly, $, the, THE, the Feisty Butterfly, PayPal, afeistybutterfly@gmail.com. This is what we're doing today. The Blind Oracle, the year ahead, the 1 question mini, or the 1 question full. So it's 20, 30, and 40, and we just go into it and explore and see what's going on. So that's what we got. Alicia, you were dating this girl, Bobby, but she has to move states. You were wondering if she and you will still have a romantic future. Okay. All right. Let's see what's going on. We'll take a look. You know what? We're going to go to the Find Your Own Magic deck. It's a very different kind of a deck. It's very different. And I think it would be perfect for this. So we're going to go. And it doesn't look like the traditional imagery at all. But it is one that I've liked the guidebook. Even though it's kind of a smallish guidebook, it's a good one. So we're going to go in this for you. See what's going on. Wondering how she feels. What's going on with Alyssa and Bobby. They still, I'm just going to ask, what's going on with Alyssa and Bobby? Not just so much with the romantic future, but what's the deal? Wow, that wants to come out. Access to learning a higher lesson. There's something about this that runs a little bit deeper than you think. There is something, this is deeper. There's, the moon is one that's got deception, mystery, hidden things. Deception, people always think lies, lies. Not always lies, lies. Sometimes intuition. Hierophant is saying you are learning a higher lesson. There's too many hats going on. Too much is going on. A lot of this card, this is usually the Pope card, right? Old school, traditional, it's the Pope card. But there's too many hats, too many roles being played. Too many people needing satisfied at this time that are feeling unsatisfied. They're waiting. Somebody's turning the back for a little while. It needs a little bit of patience. The 2 of Cups comes up, and then the Sun. The Sun comes up on delay. And then what do we have between? Judgment. The higher self. Now let's take a look at this. Hopefully you can see these. I'm going to have these right here. Flip this down in this line. I was going to do a spread, but these wanted to jump out, so we're going to take a look at these just as is. The Hierophant and the Judgment card want to come out. The not playing too many roles. The not appeasing too many. Answering to thine own self. This is the card that is, to thine own self be true. Your higher self is going to call you to the higher lessons. Coming out in a huge way. The Sun and Moon don't land in opposition of each other. They land on different corners than each other. The patience is necessary. The waiting and not rushing and not pushing is necessary. This one's all packed up, ready to go. Now there's a waiting. We don't know if they're ready to go or if they've just arrived. This would indicate a moving place in space is what I'm getting. The place itself isn't moving. Persons are moving. The 2 of Cups. This is really a coming together. A union of the perfect partner. Now, you asked specifically about Bobby, but I don't know if it's Bobby or if it's you that is in the perfect space. The Hangman. There's going to be a slight delay. There's going to be a need to wait. Be patient right now. Somebody else is trying to get their ducks in a row too. Be patient. It feels like there is a lesson about how how you do relationship, how you feel in relationship, being less dependent on the other person and more understanding of your higher self, yourself, what is true to you that needs to come through first before things can be in alignment. How does she feel? How does she feel? Let's see. It bodes very well for you. There's a Page of Cups. There's something of more substance here than you think. Something more substantial coming through. But it bodes very well for the both of you. I think she feels quite strongly. Now, just because she feels strongly about you doesn't mean she's ready to deal with everything that she's got going. It feels like the moon is about when is this perfect moment happening? When is this perfect union happening? When is this perfect offering happening? And it feels like the delay on that requires a change of perspective, a broader perspective to come in. The Page of Cups wants to bring forth a surprise. This is usually the stinky fish tea. But look at this. There's a moment of pause that's necessary, and there's something about going back to an easier way, taking it a little bit less serious, being more creative about how you do things, and allowing your creativity and her creativity to flow in this. Anything else? There's a little bit of fear. Is there enoughness, and is there stability? This one, the Page of Pentacles is one that goes out and be the Batman. You've got the Four of Pentacles, but he's thinking very pagey thoughts. Very pagey thoughts. There's creativity versus stability going on. One of you is definitely more wild-spirited, wild and free, and all of that. Really, really more at ease with themselves than the other. And there needs to be this balancing coming together where the other person isn't exactly as wild and free as the other, but a little bit less fearful. Anything else? Six of Cups. Yeah, there's going to be an offering. There's strong, strong friendship plus some. It's more than just a quick flash in the pan romance, and it's more than just a quick friendship. It's more than friends, and there's big lesson going on here. Equal offering here, equal offering here. A little bit of rose-colored glasses, but that's one person learning to accept the other one in the stage and pace that they're at. Yeah, in the place that they're at. I think she's good for you. Yeah, I'm getting that she's good for you. I'm getting that she feels strongly about the situation. She's trying to figure it out. We don't have the Seven of Coins, the card of evaluation, but it feels like that's what she's trying to do. It feels like there is something about this letting the page come through that is a little bit, it's why we're getting the delay here. It's why we're getting the delay. The moon is right here for somebody. There's waiting, really, really ready. There's readiness coming, but it's going to take some time. And this comes up, and this card is as strong as the Lover, sometimes stronger. It's a beautiful rendition of the Two of Cups. Yeah, I'd say give it a little bit of time. I think she's definitely got feelings for you. I think there's definitely interest. There's friendship there that is strong. You know, when they tell you best to marry your best friend, blah, 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 that kind of thing. That's a little bit of old school, a little bit of cliche advice. But really, if you are friends with someone first or good friends and then become lovers, it feels like this kind of situation for you. That's what it feels like. All right, that's what I got. That feels very complete on that. No, you need to remember this. You need to remember you're both creatives. Allow that to come through and be very, to thine own self be true is huge. You don't know. She seems adamant about being just friends, but last time you saw her, she kissed you. Okay, so we're going to take an Angie detour for a minute. So Phil's not here, so okay, probably all the better for him right now. But there are friends that we have. There are lovers that we have. Sometimes we have friends and lovers, and they aren't the be-all, marry them, go down the aisle. But they are good, solid friends for the remainder of our days. And they're wisdom keepers, and they are part of our path, and they are essential to our path. Now, Phil has been with me for damn near 16 years now, is what it's been. Wow, that went fast. But yeah, that's what it's been. But when I divorced and then was rowdy, I had lovers that were not Phil, that he doesn't need to know all of them, right? He doesn't need to know about them, but some of them were also very good friends and perfect for that time in my life. Perfect for that time in my life. And still, I would consider them friends. Some of them, I'm not going to, go see them or hang out or blah, blah, blah. No. But the friendship that was there was important. It was important for my learning, for my growth, for my lessons along the way. So that's what I'm getting. And it feels like you can't skip it. You can't try and force it. You can't try and push it. So allow it to just unfold is what I'm getting. Allow it to unfold. It feels like there is a strong value for you as friends, and maybe the lover's part is a little bit more scary for her. Let it be what it is. There's perfect partnership there. It is as it should be, and let it unfold as it should unfold. All right. My screen is a little bit behind. Hang on. Okay, Brenda for a blind. All right. You appreciate it. You're welcome, honey. You are welcome. All right, Brenda for the blind. And Kim, I think this will probably be, we should do last call because I need to keep it a little bit short today. I might have one of my sisters visiting, even though it's snow globe weather. I don't know if she's going to come or not. I don't know what her end of the weather is, but we'll see. So Brenda for a blind. We're going to go to the Metatron cards. Give me just a second. I want to get those for Brenda. 1 second. Oh boy. I haven't seen these in a long time. Okay. Okay. We've got Metatron's card and the Cosmic Dance cards. And these are both gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous decks. Gorgeous. So let's see what's going on with these. For Brenda's blind. What does Brenda need to know? I'm getting something. This is very interesting. I'm getting very apothecary potions and old school apothecary. Old school crone energy coming in very, very strongly. Wow. What is in the apothecary? Yeah. Okay. This is Sadie's energy. All right. Take me through. Okay, you are far more connected to botanicals and apothecary than you know. There's very, very sciencey mind in you that you have yet to see. Also very much gardens, botanicals coming through. I don't know why. Neither of these are botanical decks. Neither of them. But that's what's coming through strongly. Okay, we're going to flip down and see what's going on. We have Speak Up and Be Heard, communication. We've got Dimensional Gateway, Invitation, and then we've got Codependency and Key to Freedom. This is giving me, you need to learn your own medicine. Now, these cards don't say this, but there's something about this pairing of these trees. And if you were to take a plant or trees and part them, sometimes you need to repot in a different area. So this is like an almost overgrafting together. There needs to be a parting. Dimensional Gateway. Yeah. So they both can thrive. There needs to be a little bit of space and distance allowed. And again, there's botanicals coming through. What's up with this? Healing, pause to receive. This is what you need to do. There's something. Okay. All right. What I'm getting is, you know, when you yield only to Western medicine or only to Eastern, when you're going only pharmaceutical or only naturopath. Neither one is serving, but that's what these trees are coming through as. One way and another way. And they need to be pulled apart for a minute so they can be evaluated, whatever's going on. You need both of them to thrive, but they need a space apart. Healing, pause to receive. There's something that needs to be combined a little bit differently for you. I don't know what. Yeah, okay. So say that you have an ingrown nail or something like that. And you know that if you hit it with Neosporin and hydrogen peroxide, that things are going to settle down. But also say that you know, okay, Melaleuca oil is going to help this. Tea tree oil is the thing to do. You're going to do both of these things, all of these things in a way that suits you better. You're going to keep a closer eye and you're going to follow the nudge. Yeah. You keep going up to this. Sadie's at the bar at the apothecary. That is so wild. Yeah. Mo is writing down RX. It's like you have the prescription in your hand already of what you know and what you need to do to heal something with you. This is something important to you. This is speak up and be heard. Whatever this is that you need to speak up about will affect your health in a good way once you do this. Don't just depend on somebody else to have this. Be your own advocate. If you were my sister or whatever, I'd be like, do your own charting. The nurses don't have time. You're the one that has the body full time, that's wearing it full time. Whatever this wound is, whether it's a physical healing or a spiritual healing, this is something that you need to write down something so you can heal it. Yeah, okay, now we're going to Cosmic Dancer. That was wild as wild gets. Okay, don't get in the way, Ange. Don't get in the way. Cosmic Dancer. What is this about? Oh. Okay, all right. There's a fourth one here. This one brought two. Okay, I'm going to put this so you can see it. Flip it down. All right, here we go. Flipping it down. Surrender and trust. Allow yourself to be open to receive new inspiration, new intuition, new knowledge, new knowing. Flow with divine time. You've got the message in the bottle here about communication. You've got a message trying to come through to you from what feels like the other side. The gateway here, it's right here. This is what's coming through. There is a healing of a situation, circumstance, whatever. This feels like you are getting all kinds of physical blah, blah, blah from me, and it feels like it's situational, spiritual. This is why we got the codependency card, and this is saying consciously complete codependency and be present. Now, this is, each one of these is complete and whole as they are. This is not two parts of the same tree. This is two separate trees that cling to each other a little bit stronger than they need to. And there's an independence that needs to come through. There's a trusting your own knowledge base that needs to come through. This is coming through strongly for you. Heal and be present. Be still. Yeah, I'm getting the be still and know that I am God thing. That's like a scriptural thing. But be still and know that I am. This is you knowing your own core being. Very, very much. Okay. Yes, I gave you like the nail. Like this could be something you get a hangnail on your finger, that kind of thing. I'm also getting ballerina slippers when they're up on their toe shoes and the toe blocks, and the way that that distorts and reshapes and what they have gone through, the things that they've gone through. It creates a permanent change in the architecture of the foot. This is what's coming through. I don't think I've ever gotten the toe shoes on this, but that's what's coming through. Retreat and recharge. There's something that you need to do that separates yourself from a certain situation. Surrender and trust yourself more than anything else. This is where the healing begins. It's time to get off the toe shoes, if that makes any sense to you. It's very much time to get off the toe shoes. It's time to take those slippers of confinement off and allow yourself to feel what's beneath your feet, whether it's the stage, whether it's the sand and shore. Either way, there's something about you need to take the confinement off to free yourself from this. Anything else? That's it. That's complete. That's what I've got. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense to you. Says, I see you, Lauren. Hey there, Saucy. Hey. So that's what I got on that. That is definitely one of the more odd and strange. You need to trust yourself more is what I'm getting hugely. I want to get just a little bit nosier. I'm asking Mo if she can take me through Sadie's apothecary, and what I am getting, Mo usually gives us the Post-its, and she gives us that you have your own prescription, but she's taking me back in the cave through the willows. I don't know what willow trees and willow bark it's to do with, but this is through the willows, willow trees, willow bark coming up. Also, there's something about the ooze, the primal ooze and mud that brings forth the lotus. I'm getting green leaves, willow trees, and something about the mud and the ooze that brings forth the lotus. Yeah, that's enough. She wants you to hunt. She wants you to not hunt, but to search, to seek, to find these solutions and answers that will come through for you. Don't know what that's about. That was really, really wild. Very, very prescriptive. Yes, Mo. Prescriptive. The RX prescriptive and the botanicals coming through. I do not know. That is like one of the strangest that I've got on a blind, because like I have all kinds of oracle decks that could have brought botanicals. No, the cosmic dancer needs to get off the toe shoes and be very present, very, very in your own skin. Very, very much. That's what's needed. That's what's being called forward. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is last call for the blind, and then I'll do a collective if we don't have any further. So if we have one more read, I'll do a read. If not, we'll do the collective and we'll call it, and then I'll be on at 11 tomorrow. What's the blind reading? The blind reading, whatever comes through from my guides, and I usually go to the Oracle deck. Sometimes it's Oracle and Tarot. It's $20, and it's just whatever comes through, comes through. And that was a case of that. It's like whatever comes through, comes through. So you're so welcome, Brenda. You are so welcome. I hope that makes sense to you. I hope it does. Yeah. Be aware of that codependency card wanted to come through really strong, and it's because you have a big heart, a very loyal heart. Yeah. There needs to be independence for that. You want to go for that? Okay. All right. Let me get a little sip of water, and then we'll do a blind read for you, honey. For saucy. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'm ready. 1 second. This one wants to come through. This is Nicole Sicily. I don't know how to say her name. Very, very interesting hippie trippy tarot, but that's coming through, and then I'm going to get a couple more. Give me a second. Really? All right. I'll be right back. Lauren's blind. Let's see what's coming up. 1 second. Wild. The combinations of oracles that I get are just freaking wild sometimes. Okay. Lauren, this is the Venmo. And it's the @ feisty. The E comes before the I. But let us know when you're ready. No big problem. I'm sure you're good for it. We'll see what's going on. I'll tell others what decks I've got. I've got this one, Nicole Sicily. This is the Vintage Wisdom. It's very antique and very beautiful, pretty, very antique-y. A very gracious type of deck. And then this one's called the Shadow Work deck, which is very, very interesting. And it's surprising. So you let us know when you're ready, Lauren, and I will get to it. All right. Okay, it's going to have me do the puzzle piece really quick. So I'm sure it wants to know that I'm actually here. I'm here. Okay. All right. So, Lauren, let us know when you're here. You're back. Okay. This one needs to be first. I'm not sure why. Okay. Wow. Okay. My guide Nell comes through. She's very, very fairy sprite. She's coming through and moving Mo aside. Moving Mo aside. So she's coming through quite strongly. There's a very much a playful energy about you that is there quite often, but it causes you to underestimate yourself or not sell yourself as seriously, not take yourself as seriously is what I'm getting. Okay, we're gonna see what's going on with this. Flipping the cards down, flipping you down to the cards. All right. All right. This is where we need to be going. This is where, like, I'm going to show you these images here. There's a little bit of a fear of freedom, a fear of going forward, a fear of doing something independent that you still need to do. The capacity to be the strong one is something that you're capable of, but you haven't done it for yourself enough, and there's a need to go forward. These are not reading tarot at all to me, and they never do. When I'm reading tarot during a blind reading or in a past life reading, it comes very, very oracle. But we've got here Panicky Pete and the girl that knows. The girl that knows. There's nothing missing with this girl, but she's been told that there is. There's actually nothing missing there. She needs to go forward independently and strong. This is huge coming through. This is understanding your own strength and taking yourself more seriously. Don't let people make you small, make you cute, make you tiny, or make you subservient is what I'm getting. Yeah, Nell doesn't generally just push people out of the way. She might be playful and stompy and whatever, but she doesn't generally just push people out of the way, but she's pushing Mo aside. She's taking on something bigger. And Nell, I have seen Nell in her 50-year-old self and in her 10-year-old self. This is something where you need to think higher of yourself, give yourself more credit, and don't underestimate yourself. There is something that is deep, deep, deep. This black isn't coming through as grieving. It's coming through as depth, depth, depth. Not pretty bright, cute. No. You know when you play nice for others, you know when you play cutesy for others, or you appease others. And not everybody would describe you as doing this, but you know when you do. And it's time to let some of that go. Okay, now we're going to the very, very gracious vintage. That is not vintage. That is not vintage. Why were there even misaligned cards in there? I mean, I know I've rearranged my deck, but that's two different decks. It was sitting next to the blue. What's going on with that? Wow. 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 Listening is something that you've done lots, and they're asking you to do more than listen. They're asking you to digest. Listening, you'll step back and listen. And this is a way for you to learn, but it's also a protection mechanism. And it's when you're surrounded by those that you love, that underestimate the power that you have. And it's time for you to speak your truth and bring it forward a little bit stronger. This is huge, huge, huge. Those cards have not responded that way in the past. I'm going to have them all laid out here so you can see. I'm going to flash this down. You absolutely needed to hear that. Yeah. Yeah, these are beautiful. These are vintage wisdom cards, and they're an interesting oracle deck. Now I want to see what else is coming through with this. The truth of it is that you do radiate like the sun. There is somebody that is in the family friend circle fairly close that is a very strong counterbalance, complementary opposites is what I'm getting. Complementary opposites that come together. It's a perfect pairing for a purpose, but it's not a romantic type of thing. It's like sometimes we have sisters from other misters that are like as close to us as sisters. Sometimes our own sisters are close to us, but very, very different from us. There's a complementary pairing coming together. There's something that you need to stand in your power a little stronger. This is huge. There is more color in you than you have allowed to come through. Way more color. You've disguised this somehow as just one little bright, shiny color. It's coming through way more. The brightness that comes from within is when you take yourself more serious, you speak your truth, you stand up in your power in a way that is strong, strong, strong. You've listened and blended and played small, unplayed chameleon for protection for a long period of time, and you can understand others really, really well, but that doesn't mean you have to tolerate nonsense. Okay, shadow lesson. Wow. Okay, I'm going to show you these. We got seductive allure, avoidance, and breaking chains. This is what I'm getting. You know how to blend, you know how to chameleon quite well, but this is the time to break the chains for that. The craving, the promises, and the hidden promises is almost like you've been taught that you shouldn't compete when you're actually probably the best able to compete in a strong, strong way. You shouldn't be the star of this show when actually you've had the star power all along. All along. There's nothing wrong with you standing in your power a little bit more. The avoidance to avoid conflict, the avoidance to allow others to shine when you need to be the one shining now. It's time. Break the chains. This is what's going on. Yeah. And it may require a little bit of confrontation. The artful, beautifully, artfully designed don't rock the boat imagery that I'm getting is coming through. But it's time for you to... Yeah, you either topple the boat or you jump right out and you swim really, really strong. It is not for you. A mermaid can't help it that her scales shimmer, right? You can't help that you sparkle. You can't help you're wired differently. You operate differently. And you don't have to play small to make them comfortable anymore. What is that? Okay, just because some people burn bridges doesn't mean that you're required to go get the wood. That was something I heard today, and that's exactly right. Just because a bridge has been burnt doesn't mean you're required to go get the wood. It means that you need to figure out how the complementary differences blend together in a good way, and it means you need to allow yourself to shine equally strong as you have allowed others. That's complete. That's what I got for you, sweetie. That is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So that's what I've got. Yeah, hopefully that helps. That's wild. That is really, really, that was a wild one. And usually I don't even bring these out. I sometimes bring them out from tarot, but I don't usually bring them out for oracle. That's what came through. Yeah, you definitely needed to hear that. Sweetie, you are just as shiny and sparkly as those that you tend to elevate. And those that you tend to think are, oh, they're so magical, they're so wonderful, they're so sparkly. You're so magical and wonderful and sparkly too. And playing small those days are about done. Yeah, you're going to really play the game by your own terms quite a bit more. For the next decade or so, you're going to do things very different. Little at a time, those terms will shift, those terms will shift, those terms will shift. So the lessons you learned in your younger years are great primary lessons, but they don't define who you are. And some of those you need to break the chains off and let go of. So that's what I got. Yeah. So that's what I got for today. I think I'm going to let you guys go for now and end the show with that one. But I will be back tomorrow at 11. And that is my plan. And I think that's about it. Kim, are we done? Is the list complete? Thank you for everything. So grateful. Oh, you are so welcome, Brandy. And I hit it exactly what you needed. Good, Lauren. Good. So awesome. Good, good, good. All right. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, guys, I'm going to let you go for now. Have a happy, happy day if you can. Be good to yourselves. And thank you for being here today. I'll see you tomorrow at 11. All right. Mwah. Bye, guys.